Now to new developments in the criminal case against Ghislaine Maxwell. She's charged with aiding and conspiring with deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in the alleged sexual abuse of 4 underage girls between 1994 and 2004. Maxwell was arraigned today in a New York federal court on a new 8-count indictment. ABC's Aaron Katursky was in the courtroom, joins us now to talk about it. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Kira.
So bring us up to date. What happened and where does the case stand now?
This was a stunning moment in federal court because we had never seen Ghislaine Maxwell actually in a courtroom. We saw her after her initial arrest last July appearing on video, but this was the first time we got to have a look at her, and there was silence in the courtroom. Everybody heard the door rattle a bit as 2 U.S. Marshals in their blue windbreakers and masks led her to the defense table. She was shackled at the ankles, and we've all seen those pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell with her dark hair, rather glamorous looking in the company of the rich and famous, and here she cut a much less glamorous figure in her drab blue jail smock, her navy trousers, and her hair is now kind of falling at her shoulders, graying at the roots. She looks frail in her arms, which are sagging, and she was a fitness buff. So it was really stunning to see her like this after nearly a year in custody.
You know, she's the key to unlock what we really don't know. We know a lot, but there's still a lot we don't know. I mean, Epstein died by suicide in jail, and a lot of other people haven't talked. So will we truly be able to find out more and more names and possibly more crimes?
You know, only Ghislaine Maxwell may have some of the answers, and that's part of the reason why prosecutors went after her. She was, to hear prosecutors tell it, his enabler. Without Ghislaine Maxwell, there are no minor alleged victims for him to allegedly sexually abuse. And so Maxwell, at least for the victims, is key. And there was at least one alleged victim, not charged in the case against Ghislaine Maxwell, who appeared in court to bear witness to this. But Maxwell's case is not open and shut. It relies on the testimony and the word of 4 accusers and Ghislaine Maxwell's conduct dates years back. And so for people who are hoping that it's going to open up the secrets of Jeffrey Epstein and his mansions and his islands.
That is what people want to know.
It may be the best shot at justice for some of these women, but it's going to be a tough case because Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers said today she is intent on fighting. So
how is she going to argue? How are they going to argue?
It's going to be their word, meeting the alleged victims against Ghislaine Maxwell's. She is going to say that they're not remembering things correctly, that what they say happened couldn't possibly have happened. Ghislaine Maxwell is something of an enigma. You know, her fingerprints are sort of there and sort of not. And the alleged victims are going to say that she was the one who brought them to Jeffrey Epstein. And her lawyers are going to say, what do you mean? Did she traffic you? Did you actually go anywhere? Or did she simply make introductions? And so her role to prosecutors is clear. To victims may be clear. But to the defense is hoping to convince a jury that maybe Ghislaine Maxwell is not the evil enabler that she's been made out to be.
You know, you have such great insight, and I'm always reading your emails about what you're learning and your perspective on following these various trials and cases. What has been interesting for you specifically within this case?
I was stunned to just see her today because a big part of the defense effort of late has been to get her out on bail. She's been incarcerated this whole time, and they've said that her mental state is fragile, that her hair's been falling out, that all this time in custody under very strict conditions is only because Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. It's not what a 59-year-old woman who has never had a criminal record deserves. Today, she did look more frail, and she looked older. But she still, according to her lawyer, has some fight in her and is intent on fighting these charges. And if she appeared disturbed or angry, she didn't show it. She sat calmly at the defense table with her hands kind of in her lap, and she looked at the judge, answered the questions, and I don't think Ghislaine Maxwell, even though she looks like a more diminutive figure, I'm not sure she's going to necessarily go down easy in court.
We'll be following it. Aaron Katursky, thanks.
Thanks, Kira.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.